Hi everyone, I'm Brianna and welcome to Roll Initiative. And on today's top tips for DMs, we're going to be talking about setting the scene and being able to describe an area. So, let's get started. So, generally, when you go to describe something to your players, you tell them what it looks like in detail. And that's really important because you're your players' eyes. They can't see something unless you tell them it's there. So, it is really important to tell your players anything that they may have to know and what is around. But when you're setting the scene, it also really helps to describe how something feels. Whether that's describing the temperature, like if it's really cold or if it's really hot. Or is there anything they can smell, such as burning sulfur or that musty smell of decayed leaves? Or in some cases, you can even describe the wind, what sound it's making, whether it's howling, and that sort of thing can really add to the atmosphere. Or if you wanted to go a little further with it, then you can even describe feelings that your players get. Don't tell them how their characters feel about the place, but you can tell them what sort of sensation their character gets, such as maybe there's someone else there and they get a feeling that they're being watched. Or like that feeling when you walk through a spiderweb and even though you've brushed it off, it still feels like there's something there. Or even a prickling at the back of your neck like there's something wrong. If you can describe these sort of feelings to your players, then they'll have a really good idea of how their characters might react to these, and that can give a much clearer image to the sort of vibe that a place has. When you're describing an area, especially outdoors, it can be incredibly helpful to think of what season it is in the game, because that will make a huge difference to how everything looks. The color of the trees, whether the mountain is snow capped or not, or whether it's grass, leaf litter, flowers, or snow that's covering the ground. And along with seasons, we have weather, which can be an incredibly helpful tool for setting the mood at your table. Weather is quite often associated with different moods, such as sunny for being happy, cloudy for feeling down, rainy for sad, and storming for anger. So it can be really cool to use these a bit in dramatic or important moments in your campaign, to use the weather to help set the mood. And weather can also be really helpful for foreshadowing something important. If your players are going to fight something really powerful, maybe there's a storm coming and there's dark clouds across the sky. It can be really great for setting the mood and helping to set the scene. And it can also be really fun to use. But there we go, that's the end of this video. Although I think it's also really important to remember about the lighting. Where is the light coming from in a room? How bright is it? Like, how well lit is the room? I think it's always quite good to remember where the light is coming from and what is making the light. But anyway, I really hope that all this was helpful, and that if it was, then maybe you'd consider giving it a like, or even subscribing to my channel. It would help me out a lot, and I would be really grateful. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.